This episode is brought to you by Novilla Mattresses, where comfort meets innovation, giving you the perfect night's sleep you've been dreaming of. Are you tired of tossing and turning all night, struggling to find a comfortable position? Look no further than Novilla Mattresses, the ultimate sleep solution designed with your comfort in mind. Experience the luxury of a good night's sleep with Novilla's advanced mattress technology. Their mattresses are crafted using the finest materials, providing the perfect balance of support and softness. Whether you prefer a plush feel or a firmer surface, Novilla has a mattress that caters to your unique sleep preference. But what sets Novilla apart from the rest? It's their commitment to innovation and quality. Each mattress is thoughtfully engineered to provide optimal spinal alignment, reducing pressure points, and ensuring you wake up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated every morning. Say goodbye to restless nights and hello to blissful sleep with Novilla's cutting-edge cooling technology. Their mattresses are designed to regulate temperature, keeping you cool and comfortable throughout the night. No more waking up in a sweat, just pure, uninterrupted sleep. Worried about allergens and dust mites? Don't be. Novilla mattresses are hypoallergenic and resistant to common allergens, ensuring a healthier sleep environment for you and your loved ones. And here's the best part. Novilla is committed to affordability. They believe that everyone deserves a great night's sleep without breaking the bank. That's why their mattresses are competitively priced, giving you the best value for your money. But don't just take our word for it. Join the thousands of satisfied customers who have already made the switch to Novilla. Even when your mom comes to my place, just know she's getting a great night's sleep, among other things. Experience the difference for yourself and discover what it truly means to sleep like you've never slept before. Using promo code Schweezy or the link in our description, you can save 10% off any purchase you make through Novilla directly. Ready to transform your sleep experience? Visit their website today and choose the Novilla mattress that suits your needs. Your journey to a better night's sleep starts now with Novilla mattresses. And a reminder, when you use our links, you directly support this show. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith, but come to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Hello, and what is going on, my fellow Schwokelords? What is up? Welcome back to yet another episode of Cancel Schweezy, better known as the Lord's trademark favorite podcast. How's it going, my little kittens? How are you guys doing today? Are you guys doing good? It's that time of the year again, and the time of the year means I get to do this.
You bet I'm coming up in May.
We get to do that all month long, and quite possibly my favorite thing. I get to do.
You bet I'm coming up in May.
All month long. And guess what? None of my friends are going to, well, some of my friends are going to figure it out. Know what I'm talking about, you know?
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy. Man proposes and God disposes. That's my whole. That's where it fits.
And yeah, I think I kind of realized that a lot of what's going on with these sound drops are the fact that I just, whatever funny videos I find and like I start quoting, and then what'll happen is I'll start quoting things like that. Well, like when Garth Brooks posted his cringy video about joining Facebook, you know, he posted like,
I like that. And I really like that.
So that's really what the soundboard is. So it's not always stuff that you necessarily would know, or it's not even like a show secret or anything.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
You know, it's just my it's things that are silly to me and that I want to be silly about. But yeah, I've had to realize that I don't know how many of you know what I'm talking about, and it's it's somewhat obscure. It's not necessarily something you're gonna just scroll on TikTok and find. So I have an edited version of the video. I had to make sure I saved it very quickly, so I didn't have to always watch the original. But anyways, though, I think it's finally time that I introduce some of you, maybe not all of you, but some of you, to the funniest thing I've ever seen on the internet, / the one thing that if someone has to make me laugh, they can just quote this or make some sort of quote with it and go with it. So without further ado, You know what's going on.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy. Right before you come. Yeah, I'll swallow if I want to. I have no problem swallowing. I'd stop for a minute and I'd put a big hickey on your inner thigh there and just suck on that and make it nice and red and let you remember me after I'm gone and turn over and I would play with your cheeks. I would maybe even massage your little hole and make you feel just the only man in my life. You're just it. Well, it's normal size. It's not that big. Well, the one thing that I'm going to tell you is that the first time it's going to be quick with me because it's been a long time. Okay, you come. Let me see how much you come. Let me see all that come. How much how big a load I'm going to swallow. Let's see how big a. Okay, well, you just let me have it right now. I need it. I need it right now. I need it. I need it right now. I need it right now. Okay. Can you see this? Okay, give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. I need it. I need it. I need it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy. I'm going to put this in your mouth and you're going to have to suck it dry. You're going to just suck it dry, Mark. You got that beautiful mouth. You got that. There's going to be enough of you for me and enough of me for you. I know that. Come on, Mark. Come on. Show me that you like me. Show me that you like me. Come on. Give it to me, Mark. Give it to me, Mark. Give it to me, Mark. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, that's going to be good. Oh, that's going to be good. Oh, 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 damn. You bet I'm coming up in May. You better believe I'm coming up in May. You are terrific. I know you're going to be good in bed. That's all I can say.
But yeah, kittens, it's, I mean, the audio people got the best version of it, which was just Leo talking. But most of you if anyone watched the show, I hope you know that that is the funny that always makes me. It's just so ridiculous, just like thinking about it, because you know. So the story behind it. Let's go with the story behind it. Is so Leo, the one calling out Mark's name and wanting you to show him, show me. That might be another video, but yeah, you know, I'm not shaming anyone who does a little webcam type sex, you know, with their, you know, their headset on and their tighty whities and their big ass fucking gut just hanging out for everyone to see. And the thing, you know, it's one thing. There's another thing though where I didn't need to see it, you know, and I think that's like the amazing part of the video is that I didn't need to see that, and that's definitely not something you need to be sharing with. That's not something in the world. So the story is apparently Leo. Come on, you know, Leo.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
He passed away from cancer, pancreatic cancer, I think is the proper term. But I'm not sure. But anyways, though, him and Mark, you know.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
I guess they made a deal where he could upload those videos when he died, which you think, yeah, it's not my problem anymore. I'm dead, you know. But now everyone's laughing at it, and isn't that kind of everyone's nightmare? Like, yeah, I could be a sex worker, but if I film myself having sex, I'm going to get roasted. And I do not have the self-confidence or comfortability with myself to be like, yeah, I'll let people watch me fuck, you know? Like, yeah, that's why most of the time, hopefully most of the time, you don't film that shit because no one wants to see that. Even if it's like, I like this girl, and like, watch her, you know. It's different when, you know, in the moment versus there. But like, you know, actual porn stars are really, now I don't know if they're popular in the old gay men scene, you know. I'm not sure if they're popular there because like I said, I'm not as familiar with the genre as some other people would be.
That's my hole. That's where it fits.
But yeah, it's definitely not something you needed to share with the world. Imagine being like this guy's. I'm assuming this guy has grandkids. Like, there's another video. He's like, when I was in Vietnam, I got them Oriental warts. I was like, God damn, brother. There's the
man proposes and God disposes.
You know, that's why if you've got to see the Uncensored one, like I have, you would know he claims to be half cut. And the way he's built, he hangs very far back. And when he said it's normal size, it's not that big. That was a lie. Also, if anyone was curious, like, what was he talking about? Like, that was a bold face. It was definitely small. And he had some of the fat guy small dick syndrome. Where is when you are fat, your dick. I don't know. It just goes inside, and you don't get as much length or girth. Maybe girth. I don't know. But like, yeah, you lose some pounds, and then you start getting some. You get a bigger thing down there. So that's exciting. So yeah, for those of you who didn't know, that's
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
So now every time I play that, you can all be traumatized with me and seeing that shit. But yeah, sad news to no one, but it is sad. It should be. Is it sad news? I don't know. O.J. Simpson passed away. I know it's been a while. The best way to do these episodes now is just to bank them for my own mental health and not getting burnt out. So if you want shows, that's when, you know. But so O.J. Simpson died. For those of you who don't know who O.J. Simpson is, he was a football player. I can't remember, running back maybe. For biggest team was the Buffalo Bills and everything. And then he did some comedies like The Naked Gun. Those are parts of his career we all forget about, and we don't care about that anymore. You know, he was a good football player. I wasn't alive when he was a football player, but he was a good football player. He was also good at killing his ex-wife too. That is also something very true. For those of you who are new to American culture, you would know O.J. Simpson murdered his wife and her friend. I'm not sure I don't think they were fucking. You know, I didn't think they were fucking. But their friend Ron Goldman. And they were murdered at their own home at Nicole's home. And and then there was a ton of evidence there. And, you know, the evidence basically says that OJ did it. It's just like it's all there. It's like his blood, his gloves, like all of his shit. Just like you couldn't have been more sloppy than he was. And and then he went to trial. He got the dream team. He got the best lawyers in the world. He really did. And then Robert Kardashian too. I don't know I think he was there because I don't know. That's a whole other story. And yeah, so then he was acquitted for the murder because the cops really, really, really fucked up. If you're in some sort of like criminal justice, like if you're in like a real school for it, you know, criminal justice, like they talk about that case. And like, it's a very interesting case because if you look at the historical context, you learn about Rodney King and LA riots and stuff like that. You learn, the Los Angeles Police Department was not good. And a lot of people would agree with you and tell you they were not good. And this was kind of like an interesting case because there's one cop, Furman or whatever his fucking face is. He was like, I've never said the N-word. And then they found tape of him saying the N-word. And this guy, and like a clearly racist cop that was at the scene. And like some of the evidence that was found there was fake. And you definitely was fake. So like, and honestly, with their case, you know, and just seeing how much the police interfered with evidence and stuff like that, and I feel like in court lingo, I think he should have been acquitted just because the cops handled that situation so poorly. And they had just a fucking easy case. Like nothing before even DNA evidence, clear case. But all they had to do was just present the evidence and stuff like that. But no, the LAPD fumbled the ball. I don't know if they're probably a little bit better than they were in the 90s, but they're cops, so they're not great. And so it was a weird court case where, you know, some police reform had to have happened, and it's like, what is the cost to finally get police reform to happen? And you think about it, it was Nicole and Ron Goldman's death, getting murdered, and stuff like that. It just shows the police were so bad, especially to black people, that they would let an actual murderer go free instead of not letting him go free. They decided to be racist shits, like all cops are. But yeah, and so it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, and I'm one. I've talked about this before, but I'm one to have watched many OJ documentaries, and I don't know what it is in me. Like I 100% believe he killed Nicole and Ron Goldman. Just, you listen to interviews, like that one interview where he basically admits he did it, pretty much. And he talked to the guy who was a ghostwriter on the book too. And he was talking about, like, usually when someone dies, even if your ex dies, usually most normal people feel bad and are very, like, it's like, gosh, and they usually say good things about him, but OJ did not have anything good to say about Nicole. Like, even if you weren't good, if someone, is murdered, like, you act a different way. And another thing is the investigators that got the warrant to his house, like, saw he only had pictures of himself on the walls, which is one, a sign of a narcissist. So if you want to know someone's a narcissist, like, look at, like, how they, the photos in their home. I'm not saying, like, your family photos, you can keep those up. It's like, that's my family, I love my family, that's normal. It's like just pictures of yourself. And in my mind, I'm like, I have maybe one picture of myself that I have, like, framed and stuff. But the thing is, it was a guy sketched a picture of me during doing a 30-minute set, and it's like this cool drawing of it. So like that. And I'm like, I just think that's cool art, even if, I know it's me and stuff like that, but it's art. But like, if someone just has, like, photos of themselves hanging up around their house, that is a red flag, everyone. Red frag. I said frag. I didn't say the other one. A red flag, definitely, and stuff like that. But yeah, just OJ did that shit. And I don't know what it is within me, but anytime I watch those documentaries, I'm always rooting for him, even though I know he's did something illegal and horrible. And like, I don't know, we know those cops are bad. We all know those cops are bad. They had the Uncle Tom prosecutor too, and that one woman who 100%, I don't even know her, okay? And I'm not gonna, like, Marsha or something like that. I don't know her, and I'm not gonna say I know her, but looking at her, most guys think she's probably a bitch. Like, I'm not saying I don't know who she is, and that's probably not her real personality. Could be. I don't know. I don't care. But, like, that's not, like, someone you want to root for. Like, they had so much against them, It was crazy. But anyways, though, I was saving this montage for Mitch McConnell, but we can still use it for him too. So here is the in memoriam for O.J. Simpson. Turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. I am happy to announce I have new music coming out. It'll come out May 10th. That is my new song, Gorilla Grip, aka your new summer song, aka Song of the Summer / hashtag summer anthems and stuff like that. That comes out May 10th, so definitely go check that out. The pre-save, pre-order, whatever we call those things these days, that is available now, so you can check out our Linktree link and find it there. Exciting stuff, so definitely check that out. Pre-save it, and that way on May 10th, it's all ready to go, and you can listen to it and finally start getting in the mood for summer. So Gorilla Grip, May 10th. Make sure you check that out on, wherever you're going to stream your music at these days. It's also the month of May, and so
You bet I'm coming up in May.
my lo-fi pop dance cover of It's Gonna Be Me out there too. It's the month of May. So it's gonna be May. So definitely go check that out as well. You can stream that wherever you are streaming music at, anywhere. If you want to stay up to date with me, definitely go check out me on social media. It's gonna be at the Schweezy, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, anywhere, it's gonna be at the Schweezy. Definitely check that out as well. We do have Cash App, Patreon, and PayPal in our Linktree, little link in the description. Definitely financially support us if you can. It's a great way to say thank you for being a friend and supports me and everything that I do and this show and everything there. So,
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
But also do all the free shit. Remember, if you're listening to the show on an audio platform, make sure you go over to our YouTube page, check that out. Make sure you're subscribed over there. You can check out our highlights, our shorts, our, even the full videos. And, you can even, if you're at home and you just usually put podcasts up on your smart TV and do your chores, like, why not just put Daddy Schweezy's face, And so why don't you do that and leave us a comment? I'm always interested in hearing what you guys have to say and everything there. And if you're on an audio platform, leave a review and give us a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 star rating. So check that out as well. So thank you all so very much. Now it's time to move on to previous week right now. What is previous week right now? You may be asking, well, we're just going over the news from last week or other weeks, at this point. We're going over news that could be considered from another week, and we're going to be going over it right now. So without further ado,
let's just jump into it.
Ooh, we got the little astral Philip DeFranco. We've got an article from the Roy's Report, which means we got some assholes who are back in the conversation. Embattled IHOPKC to close, start new organization to limit liability. The International House of Prayer Kansas City will be closing its doors and starting a new organization following months of clergy sexual abuse allegations against its founder, Mike Bickle, leaders announced at an internal IHOP University staff meeting yesterday. A leaked recording of the meeting that the Roy's Report obtained reveals the organization is bleeding $500,000 a month due to donors being too connected to the now permanently removed Bickle. Leaders hope this move will limit IHOPKC's liability regarding victims' lawsuits, and Isaac Bennett, pastor of IHOPKC's Forerunner Church, in the meeting, "We're the people to sue at the end of the day," said Bennett. "That produces significant liabilities there." However, Boz, whatever the fuck your last name is, Zildjian, that's the closest thing I know how to say, an attorney who represents multiple Jane Does who have accused Bickle of clergy sexual abuse, told the Roy's Report that IHOPKC is in fantasy land if it thinks closing down and starting a new organization protects its assets from lawsuit. To try to do so would be fraudulent, Zildjian says. Matt Chandler, president of IHOP University, made the announcement about IHOPKC's gradual closing to staff yesterday. The Roy's Report also obtained an email of the same announcement. IHOPKC as an organization is beginning to wind down, Chandler said. "We're going to be maintaining our prayer room and eventually beginning a new organization." IHOPKC hasn't made the announcement public and didn't immediately return an email requested by the Reuters reports for comment. We are seeing this present era coming to an end and the Lord beginning a new era, said Bennett in the meeting. IHOPKC has been consulting with various experts on how to handle the crisis, said Bennett on the recording. It could rebrand, but that doesn't address its underlying governance issues that has led to many allegations of mishandling of abuse allegations. Bennett said it also doesn't protect the organization from the people who may decide to sue IHOPKC. In cases where there's clergy abuse, where there's allegations that are outstanding, when there's now interest in having an investigation that goes back through all of our 24-year history to find cases where there's been mishandling of abuse or where there's been cover-up or whatever else it is people believe has been gone on. Those things will produce inevitability a contingent of individuals who are wanting to get restitution, said Bennett, and they're not going to go knock on Mike's door because, well, he probably won't answer, but they're not going to knock on Mike's door because he doesn't have any money. But IHOPKC has facilities. Zildjian, however, told the Reuters report that the thinking is misguided. The notion that they can just shut it down and start a new organization and all of that prior potential liability is wiped away and is fantasyland. Zildjian said, to suddenly take all the property, put it in name of new organizations to limit liability, that would what I believe be called a fraudulent transfer. A court would not allow that. Zildjian said he's put IHOPKC on notice about one claim but isn't aware of any pending lawsuits. Typically, people can still sue organizations for a set period of time after they've shut down, he said. Somebody files a claim against the old organization, they will be able to attach the claim to the new organization and new assets, he said. So I'm glad TCHIVIDJIAN, as we've been calling him Zildjian, like I said, I need to look into this guy, but I bet he wouldn't tell me anything. If some of you are probably interested in how close I've gotten to this, I think we know some people. I know some people have seen it. I think I've had enough people I know have seen it at the organization to know I am not welcome there. So, but I could sneak in. I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's kind of what I've been telling everyone lately. I can do whatever. This is the, is this just like, this has to just be like a mafia thing, not like the actual mafia, but like a kind of how the mafia runs business. When one crime family dies, you move to the other one, but it's still the same bullshit. Same shit, different toilet, as they like to say. And yeah, it's just the idea that they're doing this thinking it's a good idea and also their way to get out of trouble is pretty fucking wild that they think that. And they, and their reasoning is everyone's gonna, associate IHOPKC with Mike Bickle. I mean, he's the founder, that is true. He is going to be the founder. And I could see them, if they decided they just wanted to change their name, no one would give a shit. But they're doing this whole, we're going to close the doors of IHOPKC and then we're going to start a new one. And that's going to save us from all legal trouble. The boys are still in legal trouble. Dude, like, this is not a good way to do this. And anything, like, like, even if a company goes over, don't the people who work there, aren't they still liable? I don't know the law. Don't ask me this shit, but, like, like, and yeah, they're doing this because of money, It's like, you start losing some money, and then all of a sudden, churches show their true colors. People show their true colors, and that's the thing. It's like you meet some capital C somewhere, and they're always like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford this. I'm like, are you donating money to your church? Yeah, you have the money. You have the money. It's you take the money you're donating to your church and use it for things to help you stay alive and live in comfort. And so it's like, we're not making any money. We got to start this over. We got to change things. That's the crazy thing about churches and stuff. Like, they're just businesses. Like, they're almost just like music venues in a sense. But, at least people in music try to show they just show their true colors. Like, People at churches don't. Like, it's like really, like it's just the entertainment business. Like, you listen to a band, you do little activities, you listen to someone do a TED talk, It's like do stand-up comedy, It's just like a show like you go to. Like it's just like a concert venue. That's what most, And in my mind, I don't know why. I think churches should just, stop asking for donations, just do a cover charge, It's like it's $10 to go to church here, and then, at least there, it's like, yeah, you can donate if you want to, but, we're going to put a cover charge at the door. I don't know. That's always my thought. Like, churches should just have a cover charge at the door. And, and you get your big arenas, at least you can be like, well, they made their money fairly. They're not trying to manipulate and be bad to people and, like try to suck all their resources dry, stuff like that. But, yeah, IHOPKC, this is not the savior to all of your problems. You did bad things, and your leadership knew about those bad things, and instead of trying to do the right thing, they tried to cover it up. And they tried to cover it up by telling the victims that it didn't happen and tell them to shut their mouths and threats and possible violence. And, nothing confirmed, but I've heard some rumors that, they've thought about putting hits on people. That's not confirmed. So don't say anything like that and keep people from not talking. I think, when too many women come forward, stop hiding and just admit you're wrong, admit what you did, and then do the right things to make up for it. That's what you do. You don't try to weasel your way out of this shit. That's the entire thing, IHOP. You can't just weasel your way out of this shit. There's not going to be, you're dealing with non-believers now. And with non-believers, your bullshit's not going to work. Your little Christian bullshit is not going to work on non-believers. We're going to follow what's morally right and what's right by, the laws of this country. And we don't give a shit if God gave you a little prophecy to molest someone. We don't care. We still call it wrong. If I could say John Stamos told me that I have to have sex with you, how, what's going to happen there? I'm going to be put on a list. That's exactly what's going to happen. So, IHOP, just admit you're full of shit and do what you need to do to make it up to these people. Do what you need to do, whether you need to, I don't know what to do. I don't know. You know what you're supposed to do. Like, you know what you're supposed to do. You're, hiding this and starting a new business. It's just going to be the same shit over again. So, it's time to stop. I would really like you guys to just close down your doors. Leadership team should, have to pay, because they're the ones at fault. They're also at fault here. It's not like they're like, we didn't know Mike was doing any of this shit. You knew. You knew all this shit. And maybe some of you guys need to be like chemically castrated too. That's what I'm thinking. Chemically castrated, because some of you guys need to keep it in your pants. We'll be right back. FNX Fitness, the ultimate destination for fitness enthusiasts looking to reach their peak performance and achieve their health goals. Are you tired of the same old fitness routines that leave you feeling uninspired and unmotivated? Look no further than FNX Fitness, where they bring a fresh and innovative approach to your fitness journey. At FNX Fitness, they believe that true fitness goes beyond just physical strength. It's about nourishing your body and mind and soul to unlock your full potential. That's why they offer a wide range of high-quality supplements and products designed to support your active lifestyle. Fuel your workouts and enhance your recovery with the scientifically formulated supplements. From pre-workout energizers to post-workout recovery blends, FNX Fitness has you covered every step of the way. Their products are carefully crafted using premium ingredients, ensuring you get the nutrients you need to perform at your best. But FNX Fitness is more than just supplements. It's a community of like-minded individuals who share your passion for fitness and well-being. Join their supportive community and gain access to expert advice, workout tips, and motivational content that will keep you inspired and on track towards your goals. They understand that fitness is a personal journey, which is why they offer a wide range of products to cater to your individual needs. Whether you're a seasoned athlete looking to take your performance to the next level or a beginner taking your first steps towards a healthier lifestyle, FNX Fitness has the tools and resources to support you every step of the way. But don't just take my word for it. Join the thousands of satisfied customers who have already experienced the FNX Fitness difference. Transform your fitness routine and unlock your full potential with FNX Fitness. And using our code in the description, you can save 15% off your order from their website. Ready to take your fitness to the next level? Visit their website on your nearest retailer today and discover the power of FNX Fitness. Elevate your performance, fuel your passion, and become the best version of yourself with FNX Fitness. And a reminder, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Cash App, the easiest way to send, spend, and save money with just a few taps on your phone. Are you tired of dealing with the hassle of carrying cash or waiting in long lines at the bank? With Cash App, you can say goodbye to those inconveniences and hello to a seamless financial experience. Sending money to friends and family has never been easier, whether you're splitting the bill at dinner, paying your share of rent, or simply sending a birthday gift. Cash App lets you transfer money instantly, directly from your bank account. No need to worry about writing checks or handling physical cash anymore. But Cash App doesn't stop there. It's complete financial ecosystem right at your fingertips. Use the app to easily pay for your morning coffee, groceries, or even your monthly subscriptions. With just a simple scan or tap, you can make purchases at millions of locations, both online and offline. And here's the best part. Cash App helps you save money too. With its innovative Boost feature, you can unlock exclusive discounts and cashback rewards at popular retailers, restaurants, and even your favorite services. It's like having your own personal saving assistant, always looking out for the best deals. Worried about security? Cash App has you covered. With top-notch encryption and advanced security features, your financial information is always protected. Plus, if you have ever had any questions or concerns, Cash App's dedicated customer support team is available 24/7 to assist you. So why wait? Join millions of satisfied users and experience the convenience, speed, and savings that Cash App brings to your financial life. Download the app today from your app store and start spending and saving money like never before. Luckily, the best part is, if you sign up using the link in the description, you get a free $5 just for signing up. That's literally just free money. So join Cash App today. The future of money is here. And when you use our links, you directly support this show. So the superhero genre has been done to death, and but I enjoy that shit. So, and you're listening to me. So who's the real loser here? Yeah, I wanted to talk about Invincible season 2. Now, for those of you who don't know, Invincible, I can't remember who they're by, what comic story, but they're like they have their own little universe of like superheroes. It's like its own superhero universe and stuff like that. And it's very cool. There's a lot of, it's part, the show is on Amazon, and Amazon has 2 superhero franchises right now on their streaming service. That's The Boys and Invincible. Now, if you've watched The Boys, which I have, and I'm excited for season 4 coming soon, one thing you know about that show is pretty much the kind of premise I like to think about this. I haven't read any of the comics, but I heard the show is a lot better than the comics because it's a little too much on the parody. It's kind of a parody of superheroes, like what would superheroes be like in the real world? And it also is the age-old question, what if Superman was evil? And they've explored evil Superman in, animated movies. They rimmed that's not the word, rimmed the idea in the Zack Snyder DC just rimmed again. I'm just like, rim, that would be a fun thing to say. They now it sounds bad, but they kind of touched on it, like, I think the general plan for Justice League 2, or Part 2, whatever they were going to call it, was going to be like they attack Darkseid on their own, and then after Darkseid gets the anti-life equation, which means he's able to control Superman, and Superman's evil, and he gets that from killing Lois Lane. That's why there was all those, like, Barry Allen running back in time. It's like, you have to save Lois, she's the key, and, And the idea was like he was gonna save Lois or whatever. Yeah, that was the kind of general plan of it. But no, that's, evil Superman's not too bad. And that is kind of like the beginning of Invincible, is that basically you got Invincible. What's the fuck's it? Mark. That didn't help. Come on.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
Mark and his dad, Nolan, a.k.a. Omni-Man. And Omni-Man's a Viltrumite, which is basically just a whole planet of Supermans. And they basically have tried to create an empire through blood, usually. Most empires are made through blood. And in the process of that, and so he was stationed to Earth and had Mark, and, the idea was to weaken the government and stuff like that. So you learn in like the very first episode of Invincible, like the Omni-Man is not actually a good guy. He's evil, like at the end. It was like perfectly executed too, especially for someone who hasn't read any Invincible stories ever, which I have not. So sucks to be me.
Let's go full throttle.
And so, yeah, that's kind of how the show starts out, but it's still kind of its own like universe in itself, whereas The Boys is like, it's a real parody of like what superheroes would be like in the real world and like what's it actually like. And it's also kind of a little hit on like celebrity culture and what celebrity, and all that stuff, like in like big popular things, like, like the Me Too movement and stuff like that. Girls get it done, It's super interesting, but no, we're going back to Invincible. So basically at the end of season 1, spoilers for a show that came out over a year ago, they basically ended with Omni-Man was about to just take over Earth, but then he has a change of heart. He's like, Mark, everyone here's going to die. What will you have? I'm like, you, Dad. And then he flies off into space. And so that's where you leave off. And that was the storyline I'm just like, I am all for this. Like, this is the story I want to see. And so now we're going on to season 1. It starts on like an alternate Earth, and you're like, what the hell is going on? Like Mark and Omni-Man teamed up. And then we meet Angstrom Levy, who is basically like he can travel through the multiverse with portals and shit. And he's like, what I can do is put my consciousness all together and everyone's brains put together. And then what I can do is have all the knowledge and we can make the multiverse a better place or whatever. And then at the end of the episode, it goes wrong and he survives with just this giant brain-ass head and whatever, and like that. And then you really don't see him until the very last episode. And he was meant to be, it was like, okay, that's the villain of this season. Let's see how it gets set up. And then, let's wait till it. And then Mark gets to graduate, and graduate high school, and he has to fight someone, and he comes back. Adam Eve is trying to repair places, but apparently she didn't do it right, so that all broke and fell down. He's like, I'm trying to help, and your dad's like, you're a freak, just like, it's like if the X-Men were, in the real world, it's like, wow, the X-Men, those guys saved like 30 children from dying on a bus. What a bunch of fucking freaks. Fuck them. Like, what is this world? Pretty much that episode deals with that. Oh yeah, he almost has to marry the Atlantean daughter or fight in combat or whatever and everything like that. And then what happens after that? You get a flashback to Alan's episode. Alan, the alien, played by Seth Rogen. He's supposed to be like this thing that they give. It's basically his backstory. And it was actually really interesting. He was like a weird survivor, and he was extra strong and juiced up and shit like that, or whatever. And then something like that. Yeah, and then then he gets into a fight with some Viltrumites and gets the shit beaten out of him, and then he becomes stronger in the process. That's cool. That's pretty much what happened to find it, and apparently, I don't know, something like that. And then finally, and then we get to where the hell has Omni-Man been, and that is the question. Where's Omni-Man been? What happened to him after he bitched out on Earth? He found this world called Thraxan or Thrax. I don't know the name of the planet. And basically, Mark gets tricked into going there because his dad needs his help for the Viltrumites coming to them for Nolan invading for bailing on Earth and shit like that, and that's a crime for them, whatever. So they have a cool thing, but that's interesting. So it's like this bug species, which I don't know how you fuck a bug, dude. I don't know how that worked out. And turns out Mark now has a half brother who's purple. Don't think it through, guys. Don't try to like, how's the baby purple? How is like a white Superman and a bug make a purple human? Fuck if I know. And at this point, Mark gets captured. No, Nolan gets captured. And the Viltrumite's like, you're going to take over Earth for us since your dad didn't, you little bitch. And he's like, Mark's like, fuck, I'm not going to do that. And shit like that. And then we go into Anthraxa. That's the name of the planet. So I did get it right. Mark helps everyone recover. He's gone for like a month. He's in college at this point. And he's just not in college. Like at this point, like, and then he works for like that whatever government agency, that is in charge of their own Justice League or whatever. Like, like he doesn't need to go to school. Like he doesn't need to go. What's he gonna do after college? He's probably just gonna do superhero shit. I'm like, why is he in college? Or anyways, they have to intercept a Martian ship because one of the Martians bailed, and this like sucky creature took over a human, and they had to fight that off, and they already teased that bullshit's coming back, so like that, and so Eve, comes back to heroism, but the Lizard League, which is definitely not Hydra and the Serpent Society, decide that all the strong ones are in space right now. Now's our time to attack, and Rex pretty much beats them all with a bullet in his head. That didn't make sense. This does have a lot of are they really dead logic? Because like you see them die and you're like, oh, they're still alive. It's like that. Like the chick who could multiply herself, duplicate. Like I thought she died, but it turns out she was just using a prop, which is what you would do. Like you can multiply yourself and go to any place on Earth. Like that's I would do that too. Keep the prime body safe. Just normal superhero shit that I know and you don't. But yeah, no, that was kind of rough. He got shot in the head and he's like, hey, I'm still alive. And he was like, okay. I don't know how you take a fucking bullet to the brain and survive, but okay. But they win. Everything's good. And shit like that. Yeah, so that's what happens there. So yeah, after the Lizard King Lizard, the fucking Lizard King. The Lizard King, he's defeated after like fucking Rex wrecks him with a bullet in his head. I did it. I don't think I have applause. But yeah, now that Mark's baby brother's on Earth now because his mom only lives for like a year because she's a bug. I guess now Mark's mom is...
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
I guess Mark's mom is taking care of her husband's other child. His new family. Shit like that. Crazy. And then, because Nolan was like, read my books, Mark. Read my books. And they're all like sci-fi fantasy novels of like his real life stories and shit like that. He's like, you'll figure out how Viltrumites are defeated if you read my books, find that information in my science fiction novels that did not sell, apparently, because they were real. And like we always say, real stories aren't as good. That's why we always add fucking shit to everything. Stuff like that. Russ he gets repossessed by a sequid or whatever. And then General Craig, interrogates Nolan about Earth and whatever that. And then Angstrom comes back, and that's for the very last episode. What do we have going on here? Donald. Donald. There's a weird cycle out. Donald he died. He saw videos of him dying, but they kept rebuilding him and whatever and shit like that. Which But he was also not Nolan. Dude was like, well, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess the reason why the reason why his memory was erased was because of trauma, and that's why. And he's like, oh okay, that fucking plot goes away. Mark saves a cruise ship. Oh yeah, and then Anissa is another Viltrumite. She comes to be like, join us, and we're good guys. The Viltrumites are good guys, and Mark's like, bullshit. And like they save a hostage together, and then they fight, and he's like, I will not agree with you, or some bullshit, or whatever, or whatever. And then the episode ends with Angstrom holding Debbie and Oliver. That's the purple baby's name. And then we get to the last episode where Mark has to go fucking beat the shit out of Angstrom or whatever. And he's like, I don't want to kill anyone. I'm like, you probably already killed someone accidentally, dude. Like, you need to calm that shit down. And, they have a big old fight. They go through dimensions, and they get the fake Spider-Man cameo and Walking Dead cameo, which I think the creator created The Walking Dead too. And, eventually Mark gets trapped in another dimension and shit like that, and he has to kill Angstrom. And he's like, he kind of bitches about that shit, which he just bitches about. He's just bitch. I had to kill him. I'm like, I feel like part of the job as a superhero is like, you don't want to kill anyone. Batman has the no kill rule because in his mindset, like, he's human too. And his idea is that like, he doesn't want to be judge, jury, and executioner. That's not his job. His job is to stop the crime. He doesn't want to be killing. But sometimes you have to kill another person, or else it's the strange idea where, you go into like, either I kill this one person or they kill 50 people. Like, that's the Batman Joker situation. Like, in his mind, from Batman's perspective, like, he doesn't want to kill anyone, and that's his thing. But killing the Joker could save a lot more lives, and it's the trolley problem. Run over one person or run over 5 people. I wish you could split the train. We could just run over all 6 of them. But we don't live in a perfect world. Okay, the world isn't that. And so Mark bitches about killing Angstrom, which, like, if he didn't kill him, he wasn't going to stop. Sometimes you have to do that. Like, I bet anyone would have gotten a good hit on Hitler. It's like, it's just how, it's how things are. Like, I'm not saying you should kill people, but especially when you're in the superhero business, like, sometimes you have to, oh yeah, and he's the way he gets back, because he thought he was gonna be stranded there. I'm like, this is gonna be an interesting cliffhanger, but no, he comes back, and they were like, this is 20 years in the future. We had to save you. You told us we got you. I don't know, some bullshit time travel wumbo jumbo. And then he's like, future Eve's like, confess your feelings, Mark. If you have any feelings, or let her down easy, some bullshit, or whatever. And then. Yeah, Mark doesn't confess his feelings to her because, I don't know, the other Zazie Beetz is there, Which, like, I don't know, between Zazie Beetz and Jillian Jacobs, in real life, I don't think I could choose. That'd be a hard choice. I'd have to be a couple dates with both of them for me to decide which one I like more, But that's just me. But, yeah, that's Invincible Season 2. I love the concept of the show, and I love this show, but... especially the Superman Viltrumite Empire type of thing, that is just so cool. Like, and the whole planet of evil people with Superman's powers, they're like a threat to the entire universe. Like, that is so cool. But they kind of blue balled you on that because, it's just like that. I just wanted to see that plot point. Like, the Angstrom Levy plot point really fell flat for me. I think. Like, by the end of the season, I just didn't care, Like, you either needed to, like, do that storyline earlier, not, like, the first and last episode, make it the plot points with, like, little pieces in between. They should have just wrapped that one up pretty quickly and then moved on to all the Viltrumite stuff, because I would have loved to see, because they left you on a cliffhanger with the Viltrumite stuff. I think Alan purposely got arrested and is talking to Omni-Man, and they're trying to figure out an escape and stuff like that. So they're saving that for the next season, which gets me excited for that. I'm so excited. I'm going to watch season 3 when it comes out, but, the Levy, Angstrom Levy plot point fell flat to me. And yeah, just by the final episode, I just didn't care about him at all. I'm just like, Mark, just kill this dude. Please. And that's why we all call him a bitch when he cried about it, because I'm just like, dude, that dude was an asshole. Like after he got his evil super intelligence, like he became an asshole. Like the Invincible on this planet is a good guy. Even like the big clone guys even had a problem with it too. That's it. Mark, stop being a fucking little bitch, okay?
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
And I already talked about that, how it's like, it's the superhero business. Like, you may have to kill someone. The goal is to not. But sometimes you don't have a choice. I feel like that's what it's like being a superhero, And, but overall I enjoyed this season. Like, I can't say I hated it. It's better than anything fucking Sony Marvel is doing. Like, the Sony Marvel is doing. They're just making movies to keep the rights. They're not even, like, trying to do anything good. I think this season of Invincible was mid. That's what I want to say. But I'm not saying it was bad. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every step of the way. If anyone asked if they should watch it, I would say yes. Definitely go ahead and watch it. Give me your thoughts. Give me your prayers. And tell me everything you want to know. We'll be right back. Drizzly, the ultimate convenience for all your alcohol needs, delivered right to your doorstep. Tired of making last-minute trips to the liquor store or dealing with crowded aisles and long checkout lines? With Drizzly, your favorite drinks are just a few taps away, making your alcohol shopping experience easier and more enjoyable than ever before. Drizzly brings the liquor store to you, offering an extensive selection of beer, wine, spirits, and more. Browse their vast catalog of top-quality brands, local favorites, and specialty beverages, all conveniently organized on their user-friendly app or website. With Drizzly, there's no need to leave the comfort of your home. Simply choose your favorite drinks, place your order, and let their reliable delivery partners handle the rest. Whether you're hosting a party, relaxing after a long day, or simply stocking up for the weekend, Drizzly ensures that your drinks are delivered promptly and securely. But Drizzly isn't just about convenience, it's about choice. Discover new flavors, explore unique craft brews, or find the perfect bottle of wine to complement your meal. With Drizzly's vast selection, you have the freedom to choose exactly what you want when you want it. Worried about the hassle of age verification? Drizzly has you covered. Their delivery partners are trained to ensure responsible alcohol delivery, making sure that only those of legal drinking age receive their orders. Your safety and the safety of your community is their top priority. Join the millions of satisfied customers who have already embraced the convenience and simplicity of Drizzly. Say goodbye to the hassle of traditional alcohol shopping and hello to the ease of having your favorite drinks delivered to your doorstep. That's not all. Using our link in the description gives you $5 off your first order, which can greatly enhance your night, if you know what I'm saying. Ready to elevate your drinking experience? Download the Drizzly app or visit our website today and experience the future of alcohol shopping. Cheers to a new way of enjoying your favorite drinks with Drizzly. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Honey, your ultimate online shopping companion that saves you time and money effortlessly. Are you tired of endlessly searching for coupon codes or missing out on the best deals when shopping online? Say goodbye to those frustrations and hello to Honey, the free browser extension that revolutionizes your online shopping experience. Honey is your personal shopping assistant that automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes at checkout, helping you save money with just a few clicks. No more wasted time scouring the internet for discounts. Honey does the work for you, ensuring you never miss out on a great deal again. But Honey doesn't stop at coupon codes. It goes the extra mile to ensure you get the best price possible. With Honey's innovative price history feature, you can track the price changes of your favorite products over time. This means you'll always know if you're getting the best deal or if it's better to wait for a price drop. And the best part, Honey works seamlessly with over 30,000 online retailers, including popular brands across fashion, tech, home goods, and more. Whether you're shopping for a new wardrobe, upgrading your electronics, or sprucing up your living space, Honey has your back, ensuring you get the best value for your money. Worried about privacy and security? Rest assured, Honey is committed to protecting your personal information. They never sell or share your data, and their browser extension is designed with top-notch security measures to keep your online shopping experience safe and secure. Join the millions of satisfied users like me who have already saved millions of dollars with Honey. Download the Honey browser extension today and unlock a world of savings every time you shop online. Don't miss out on an incredible deal and the chance to save money effortlessly. Experience the power of Honey and take your online shopping to a whole new level. Honey, the sweetest way to shop online. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. It is time for Oh No Our Table, the part of the podcast where I just answer your questions. Let's jump,
Let's just jump into it.
we don't know what's going on. My mom, one of those fuckers. My mom forces me to sleep with her. I am 16.
What?
I am 15, nearly 16. I will be in a month, and my mom makes me sleep in the same bed with the same duvet. I have my own room. Money isn't an issue. The only issue is her attachment. Anytime I say I'm sleeping in my own room, she throws a fit and she will say, "Why? What do you have to hide?" Or, so you're just leaving me? I tell her that I want to be a teenager and go to bed later than her, if you know what I mean.
Man proposes and God disposes.
Close enough. She goes to sleep at like 11 p.m. and takes my phone, so I won't go on it, and awaken her. I say to her, if you don't want me to awaken you, let me sleep by myself. But she just throws another fit on how I don't love her and how I'm a horrible child. When my two older siblings moved out, 28 and 26, my mom also threw a fit and refused to talk to them for a month and wrecked their things, all because they left her when my sister's literally our next door neighbor and my brother is 10 minutes down the road. I often have sleepovers with one of them to try and catch a break. I need advice. What is happening? I thought I might also add that she like IDK, how to describe it, in the bed. She tries to spoon me. I know, IDK. Okay. I'm gonna make a guess is that you, my friend, have a single mother, which would make sense considering I did not hear about her dad in here, and that is the real question. And I think she is a single mother for a reason. Sorry, brother. Sorry, your parents don't get along. I have a dead one. If that makes you feel any better. But yeah, apparently, I don't know what the dad situation is, but sounds like she needs to get laid. And yeah. And also, I don't know why every mother of a teenage boy doesn't understand this, but I don't know how you have a fucking dirtbag husband and you don't understand that. Boys become teenagers, they need to be jerking off. Well, okay. That's okay. I said that weird. It's either that or have a just kind of kid, and you're like, just figure it out, brother. Just figure that shit out. Because I don't know, and also you can't jack off in the bed with your mom. That's weird. And then the fact that your mom's spooning you is that from what it's sounding like, your mother is lonely and also down bad. And maybe that shit, you can sleep in the bed with your baby, and I don't know how everyone's not murdering their children, rolling over in their sleep. But a lot of people do that. I don't have a kid. I also don't have a wife, or a baby mama. But yeah, I would like to establish a no baby in the bed rule for the baby's safety, and also in case I want to get it on. If it's in the same room, it's okay. We need to. I don't know. I just feel like the baby's gonna get hurt. I don't know. And stuff like that. So yeah, what was your question? Is it bad that your mom does? So yeah, all I can really do. There's a couple of advice. One, you could stand up to her, and she's gonna be a little bitch about it. Just be like, if you do that, well, start off in baby steps. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer this. The answer is you got to tell her, no, I'm not going to sleep in the same bed with you. And if she's really wanting to know, it's because I can't jerk off with you in the same bed. I think honestly, if I don't know, if she's wanting to spoon her son, I feel like masturbation shouldn't be a problem for her. It's like, okay, mom. And also, you could get to a point where it's it could technically be, it could be said as SA, you know what I'm talking about. It could be in that consideration too, especially with the spooning and shit. Yeah, that's that. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are thinking. That's sexual in nature to me. So, like, you even have a case here. So you even could say, like, Mom, I'm going to report you to child services if you're going to have a fit every time I want this or whatever. Like, I'm going to have to call child services because I feel sexually assaulted having to sleep in the same. You could say something like that and be really honest with her about that too, because yeah, this sounds pretty bad. So I mean, like, if your mom's trying to spoon you, fellas, you don't need to be doing that. You need to, I don't know, maybe get cum all over her sheets. Maybe that's the trick. That'll get you. She's okay with a little bunch of crusty sheets she has to wash all the time. I think that's a good way. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Why do dudes ask women to smile? In all seriousness, I don't understand. I was checking out my groceries at a self-checkout, had an unexpected item in bagging area, i.e. my reusable bag, and the mail attendant told me to smile before swiping his staff ID. I did not. He swiped and asked again. I did not. It's weird. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's, fellas out there, stop asking women to smile. You got to make them smile naturally. That's the rules, If it's like when I say a joke and then I have to explain the joke, it means the joke's not funny. And if you think telling a woman to smile is going to get your dick sucked, I'm here to tell you it will not work. So don't try that shit. Why do people ask men specifically ask women to smile? I think, first of all, it's safe to say, and this is for every single person, that smiling does make someone more attractive and look better. Like, I follow Halsey on Instagram, and she always tries to look, like, badass and tough in all her photos, And then, like, sometimes you see her with a smile, I'm like, oh, wow, she's very, And you want that vibe. We tend to like happier people, human beings. We gravitate towards it. Like, there's like the natural happiness, not like the fake happy. No one likes that, but like the natural happiness someone has, it's good, It makes people feel good. It releases all those natural drugs in our bodies, serotonin. I don't have that, but some people do. Like that. And so, yeah, I think, we all look better with a smile. That's why, like, when you think about it, like, I think I was at a dentist or whatever, and then it was like a guy with something in his teeth, and they're like, see how you gravitated towards that guy's smile with the things in his teeth? You didn't even notice the lady with 3 arms, and then there was a lady with 3 arms. You're like, whoa. And so it's like your smile is important. And, don't make fun of people with braces either, It's like making fun of a fat person at the gym. Like, they're fixing the problem you're going to make fun of them for. Like, I don't, that's why we got to leave braces alone. We got to leave braces alone, people. So, yeah, I think the main reason why men are weird like that is because we do look more attractive when we smile. That's natural. That's why they ask you to smile in photos and not look angry, look fat, That's why they say smile, say cheese, that's the reason they do it. So men ask women to do that because that makes the woman look more attractive. It makes men look more attractive too. Like, a nice smile always makes people look more attractive. And so, but that doesn't mean that we need to be telling women to smile. It just comes across as, I don't get laid ever, and, as I like to say, you are scaring the hoes, and we don't want to scare the hoes because
Feel like a woman, a real woman.
So, girlfriend goes on days out with ex-husband and kids, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. I've been grappling with a dilemma regarding outings my girlfriend's family takes, often including her ex-husband. Although she's invited me to join, I feel uneasy being around him for extended periods. We've discussed it, and while she sees it as a privilege for me to be included, I struggle to understand why. I respect her and trust her completely, but I'm unsure about his intentions. I'm willing to attend necessary events involving him, but prefer not to spend extended time together. However, if I decline, I fear feeling left out, and I know she'd be disappointed. It's a tricky situation. While I'm fine with our separate family units, these outings pose a challenge. All right. Here's my advice to you. Grow the fuck up. Okay? Look, you said, one, she's just your girlfriend, all right? And I'm not saying this is her ex-husband. I'm not saying you're more important. But, however, she has kids with this man, and the thing with kids, and especially when the father wants to be present in the kids' lives, it is a choice, fellas. Remember that. Good, it's a good and bad choice, But you get, the father's in the kids' lives, and the fact that they're doing family outings means that the mom and dad get along, and that is the best thing for kids. I always, I can't really teach on how not to get divorced, but all I can really say on that is, at the end of the day, remember, you have a child with this person. You need to, you don't have to be like, I want to fuck your mom tonight, but, you have to show some respect, 'cause that's your kid's mom, you gotta show some respect. Put some respect on there. And, and for him, that's his kids too that he's with, and you're just a boyfriend. So also remember that you're not her new husband, you're not her second husband, you're her boyfriend. So, and that's the thing. And one thing you always have to realize is, now that my age starts with a 3, it's high, and a single man in their 30s, it's highly likely that any of the single women out there probably have a kid or 2. Hopefully not 3, but 1, I don't know, 1's cool. And so you have to understand, you have to realize, you have to understand stuff about that, especially if you're going to date a woman who does have children. The fact that the kids are very important to her, and this should be stuff that when you're in a relationship with them, this is what you sign up for. That hey, her kids are an important part of her life, so you have to remember the kids are part of her baggage, and the dad is still involved in the life. That is something you're gonna have to deal with, and they are still civil with each other, and they like to do family trips together because, just because their parents aren't together, they're still a family, like that, and they're good. And, she invites you, and you just have to, and if it makes you uncomfortable that he's around, maybe grow the fuck up, grow a pair of balls or something like that. Because, he's going to be, because if you really see yourself having a future with this woman, those kids are 100% going to be a part of your life. And with the father being present in the kids' lives, that means he's going to be a part of your life too. And so it's time to grow the fuck up, and you got to realize that, hey, I can be civil with him, I can be friends with him, but, there's a situation here. Yes, it is kind of awkward, I'm her new boyfriend, you're her old one. And, with exes, there's no reason you need to be hanging out with your ex unless, the only real reason why, besides working together, would be you have a kid together. And so, you're gonna, that's the thing about, that's why I always tell you, don't think a baby's gonna save your marriage, because that means that's even more, that's basically an anchor of them always being in your life, that the father always being in your life to some extent. So you need to grow the fuck up, shut up, and realize that he's part of the package. This guy is part of the package that is her. She's the kid's father. Hopefully he doesn't do anything, there is stuff is he gonna put a move on her and shit like that, that's acceptable, but you gotta establish some trust with him, and then you establish that trust, and then if he breaks the trust, then you have reasons to be worried about shit. But he's not doing anything right now. He's spending time with his kids. God, worst father ever. Worst father ever. He just wanted to spend time with his kids,
Feel like a woman, a real woman.
What an asshole. But yeah, just grow the fuck up, dude. The kids and the ex-husband are going to be part of the deal. And if you don't like it, break up with her, It's just your girlfriend, dude. Grow up. How do ugly guys get girlfriends? I consider myself quite ugly. I'd say I'm a negative 40 out of 10. I'm 25 and never had a girlfriend. No girl has ever been interested in me, but whenever we go out, my friends get girls swarming all over them. Or should I just give up on dating altogether? Well, how do ugly guys get girlfriends? Here's the thing. Women want more than just someone who's good looking, and sometimes they can trade that off for other pro aspects of you. And I don't write the rules on sexuality. I'm just telling you them. And so for women, for the most part, they prefer. It's not necessarily how good looking you are. I've never had a woman. Height is a big one for women. I think they just want someone bigger than them. I think that's normal. But But yeah, being for a guy, like, you ever see a guy who's just fucking silly looking and that guy gets laid? Like Adam Driver, I feel like he's kind of silly looking. Great guy. I think he's handsome, but he also has like a silly look to him, And like, I feel like he gets away with it. It works for him, You just kind of have to embrace it. So yeah, girls don't necessarily look for appearance. Like, guys they like to look for appearance. Some guys look for appearance before they even realize the other bullshit about them, And that's why a lot of guys get cold feet with women. They're just like, well, you're more than I bargained for, yeah. So don't think of yourself as like, I'm ugly, therefore I can't get laid, because that's not necessarily the case. There's a lot like being well groomed, not like pop punk grooming, but like hygiene grooming. Like if you take care of that, you don't even have to be fucking super skinny. You could be fat. You just stay away from obese. If you're overweight, you look at your height chart or whatever, and then you find that overweight section, and you're like, I can stay there. That one's attainable. But it's like when you get to obese, you're like, I'm having health problems. My blood feels like syrup. So like that. Now going on to the rest of what you have. Whenever you go out, your other friends get swarmed by the hoes, and you are not swarmed by the hoes because you think you are ugly. A big thing to start off with is I would say work on yourself, because one, it probably sounds like you don't like yourself, and so if you don't like yourself, you can't expect other people to like you if you don't like yourself. So that is a fun fact about life. And work on your hygiene. I feel like just fucking clean yourself, dude. Like if I look into you and I find a fucking anime profile picture, like I think I know why you're not getting pussy, for the most part. Yeah, I think you probably need to work on your confidence, work on yourself and your self confidence for the most part. Because yeah, if you can fake confidence pretty well, like you can get laid. That's why so many women are like getting abused by narcissists, because like they at least have the confidence in themselves because they think they're the shit, and then yeah, it works out for them. So that's a good question. That was a good life lesson right there. But yeah, I bet there might have been a girl interested in you. When worse comes to worse, remember, you can always lower your standards. Remember, folks, people act like getting girls is hard, but all you have to do is lower your standards. And TV doesn't help out with that, because you're just like, oh, this hot chick will bang me tonight, You're like, you just talk to her right, she will sleep with you. The types of girls you do that are kind of cows and gross, and they have that, there's like this look, one like wrinkled like cigarette skin, or your skin looks bad for your age. They always have like that, basically what would be like the tattooed eyeliner on. I'm like, that way I don't have to worry about taking it on and reapplying it. I'm like, ugh, you just look like you're on meth. Dude, you know who I'm talking about. Those are the chicks you can get laid with. And so that would be my advice. Find one of those. Find a fucking lot lizard or something, dude. And yeah, just make sure you wear a condom, please, because you do not want to carry what that has. So yeah, I hope that helped. What's a guitar you really want but can't afford? I don't know if it's necessarily can't afford, because I could figure out a way to get it. Well, like usually, like, because if those of you don't know me, this isn't part of the show. I build guitars. I know how to build guitars and stuff like that. I could build it from scratch if I had all the proper tools, but usually I find like parts online and like do any editing, fret leveling, crowning, and installing pickups, electronics, and stuff like that. So it's like, really, it's like at some point it's like I could just build this and make it sound exactly the same for the most part. There'll be some things that feel different from it, but like I could easily just get a guitar, like a high quality guitar, put together for about under $400 for the most part. So I always had that option. But yeah, I always think about the signature artist series, the Tom DeLonge Strat. He just released the Starcaster, which I really consider getting the Starcaster, but I'm not saying it's out of my price range, but I already have a Starcaster, and it has the Seymour Duncan SH4 or SB4. I don't know what number it is. It's the 4, which I know Tom DeLonge's has the 5 in it. So I'm sorry. And then it has a neck pickup so I can play jazz too. So I'm like, I don't need this. It's a collectible, and I don't really consider myself a guitar collector. I'm a guitar player, and so I want to have guitars I can play, not collect. I don't know. I just, the idea of just having a guitar always on a wall, never being played, just kind of annoys me. So yeah, the Billy Joe Armstrong Les Paul Jr. I've looked at because I can get the Epiphone one, and it sounds just the same as the Gibson one, to be honest with you. The difference is the country it was made in. It's are the guys who are building it equally skilled and doing the same things? Yes. I'm like, okay, so sometimes people are like, USA guitars are the best. I'm like, are they really the best, or are they just made by a white person? It's like we talk so much shit about China, but it's like some of those jobs I don't want to work. I buy the Chinese garbage too. It's all crazy. I think a really nice PRS SE, or not an SE, just the regular PRS Silver Sky. I love that too. So yeah, those are a couple that I thought about. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, I can just put together a guitar that sounds and can at some points also look exactly the same for a lot cheaper of a cost. So it's kind of maybe the Artist Signature Series type ones, the ones they approved, and stuff like that. But that's that, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Assuming that Sum 41's breakup isn't permanent, how much time do you think they'll take off before they reunite again? That's a good question. For those of you who don't know, Sum 41 has been around forever, at least by the late 90s. I think 2001 was when All Killer No Filler came out, if I'm right. Was that their debut? I don't know if that was their debut. But they've been around for a while. They recently announced that they released their final album, Heaven X Hell. I think that's how you say it. And that they're gonna, after this, they're just gonna call it good, call it a career, stuff like that. And yeah, I was definitely in the mindset, just thinking this is gonna be temporary. They're gonna come back, and they're not done yet. They're still touring, stuff like that, off their new album, which is great, by the way. That new album is really good. And so yeah, how much time? I'll give them 4 years. I think Under Oath they ended it. Remember, they called it good in 2012, and I think they were touring again by 2016. So 3 or 4 years. But just kind of understanding when you're touring, and people are like, why would they quit? They're on top. I'm like, well, when you're touring all the time, especially if you have kids, if you have a wife, it's figure it out. You can figure that shit out. But when you have a kid, it's kind of different because you're not there with them all the time, and you kind of want to be with your kid. If you're normal, you want to be with your kid, and stuff like that. And so it's just being pretty much imagine you're traveling for work 3 weeks straight or whatever, and all the time, 3 weeks plus a lot. Sometimes they're away for a month or two. Stuff like that. It takes a certain type of person to be able to do that. Military spouses have to deal with it. Military kids have to deal with it. If you remember Jovi from 90 Day Fiancé, he worked on, he was an engineer on a boat or whatever, and he had to, he would be gone for a month and they'd be back for 2 weeks and then gone for a month, and, there's just stuff like that. So I think the real thing is they all kind of have to reset their, themselves, because you get to a point where it's I have to do this, and they probably want to get back to a point where they want to do it. So I would say 2 to 4 years is going to be my guess for if and when they come back. But you never know. Derek could die. Please don't die. Derek, please don't. He used to drink a whole bottle of Jack Daniels every day, but he'd also get it delivered, just one bottle every day. So I'm like, why don't you just buy a bunch in one, for a week or whatever? I don't know. But yeah, that's what that is. Last question we got. Do men just recognize good men? What kind of sorcery is this? I've been dating a guy for some time now, and his oldest friends have told me he's a solid good man despite his flaws. I agree. They've known him forever, and he's been a solid friend all those years. When my male friends met him for the first time, they said, he's a good one. Hold on to him. So I think the reason why, I feel like, you know a girl and she's dating a guy, and guys would be like, he's a good one, you should keep him, and guys do the same thing for women, it's like, you should keep her around. Like, usually that means she's not a bitch and annoying and a buzzkill. That's all you have to do, ladies. Just do not be the fun ruiner. That's all. If you want your future spouse's friends to like you, just don't ruin the fun, Also, it's okay if they may need to change the language, how they talk around you, but just don't kill the, to an extent, but don't kill the fun. But yeah, I think what men can usually identify is that, like, when a guy if he has a track record of being bad to women, stuff like that, like, they know stuff like that, they know they cheated, because, like we've talked about before, like, there's people who cheat and they have a pattern. They do it in, like, every relationship. And, like, there's some mental, probably daddy issues type of problem, and it wasn't like a one-time thing, or something weird, whatever. So, like, you have that, and so they know him from that, and they just know, like, he has good intentions too. It's just like, guys kind of understand another man's intentions. Like, we kind of get, like, we talk about work a lot because we kind of want to know, oh, is this guy, like, in it for money? Does he love what he do? Does he hate his job? What's he passionate about? We kind of get this vibe from guys, and a lot of men think the same way in regards to how we date women and stuff like that. Like, it's like, am I going to use her? Am I really that interested in her? Am I just keeping her around because I'm lonely? Or am I, like, really in love with her? And he's probably said good things about you too, and, like, how he loves you, and, and gay shit like that. But, yeah, I think we kind of know what another guy's intentions we can be. Like your dad, in this classic sitcom, like, the dad doesn't like the daughter dating the bad boy or whatever, because he knows what those guys are like. And most guys know what other guys kind of can think like. I mean, a lot of guys think the same way. It's just some of us have better self-control or don't say it out loud. It's like, here's the truth. Sometimes we see a woman and we just want to bend her over and, go to town, but she consented. She was the one who wanted it, obviously. You think about that, but you don't say it out loud, and you don't, it's not like a thought that's, like, deserves to be shared. Like, that's kind of that could come across really bad. So you don't say that shit out loud. So he probably at least has self-control. And there's probably a lot of good things. I'll agree with you. If his male friends are being like, he's good, and then other men that aren't his friend be like, he's a good guy, keep him. That is a good sign. It's just, we kind of know how other men think. And so when we know how we think, we know, men know when a woman's being used for, like, vanity, or because you're lonely, or you're just kind of fucking down bad, We just kind of understand that. And so when we know this guy's, like, he actually loves you and he cares about you and he wants to do good with you. And that's the meaning of life, folks. But anyways, though, we wrapped up another episode of Cancel Schweezy, better known as the Lord's trademark favorite podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's been a real treat. I took the month off because I was burnt out. Now I'm back. Well, I took the month off. I pre-recorded a lot, banked a lot of episodes. So cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff, or what?
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
So remember, my new song Gorilla Grip comes out May 10th, so definitely go check that out and pre-save that and save it, wherever you're streaming music at, and check that out. Social media at the Schweezy, and everywhere you have social media, Patreon, Cash App, and PayPal, all great ways to donate to the show, saying thank you for being a friend. And then all the free shit you can do, you can subscribe to the show over on YouTube. Definitely, if you're listening, make sure you go check out our YouTube page, like and leave comments and all that cool shit on shorts and everything. And if you're on an audio platform, leave a review and give us a star rating, whatever star you think I'm worthy of. So, let's end it. Honk, we love butt drugs. Stay awesome. You might be nerd, babe. That ain't no lie. You've seen them all come and go. I remember you told me that it made you believe in no man, no cry. Maybe that's why every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't wanna lose it again, but love somebody, guess what? It's gonna be me. You've got no choice, babe, but to move on, and you know there ain't no time to waste. You're just too blind to see that in the end you know it's gonna be me. You can't deny, so just tell me why every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't wanna lose it again, but I'm not like them, baby. When you finally learn to love somebody, guess what? It's gonna be me. There comes a day when I'll be the one you see. It's gonna be me. All that I do is not enough for you. It's not enough for you. Don't wanna lose it, but I'm not lying. When finally you get to love, every little thing I do never seems enough for you, babe. You don't wanna lose it again. Don't wanna lose it. I'm not like them, baby. When you finally love somebody, guess what? It's gonna be every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't wanna lose it again. Don't wanna lose it. I'm not like them, baby. When you finally love somebody, guess what? Guess what? It's gonna be me. Thank you for tuning in to Cancel Schweezy, the Lord's trademark favorite podcast, and joining me on this incredible journey. I hope you've enjoyed the valuable insights and engaging discussion I brought to your ears. To ensure you never miss an episode, hit that subscribe button now. By subscribing, you'll receive automatic updates whenever we release new content, keeping you in the loop with the latest episodes and topics. Subscribing not only guarantees that you'll never miss a beat, but also helps support our show. Your subscription plays a crucial role in helping us continue to bring you high quality content and maintain our podcast growth. So whether you're listening on your favorite podcast platform or watching our YouTube channel, take a moment to click that subscribe button. Join our community of passionate listeners and be part of the journey. Personally, I appreciate your support, and together, we can make this podcast even better. So don't wait any longer. Hit that subscribe button now and stay connected with us. Thank you for being part of our podcast family.